Hey guys, welcome to another video. You know what time it is. It's time to build a Nemesis. So it took me a while to get these all in order. I pretty much bought everything loose. Just biding my time because I didn't really need the Wolverine. So I got everyone but Wolverine. I think you already saw that I put Nightcrawler on the X-Force display. If you didn't see that video, please check it out. So I'm kind of cheating. I'm not unboxing everything. I just have an empty Nightcrawler box. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and kind of do a time-lapse montage of everything until we see the Nemesis, which is the main goal of this video. I'm not going to sit here and talk about each figure. I think we've already been there, done that. I'll show some highlights and lowlights if I see any, but this is more about putting together the Nemesis. All right, so without further ado, let's go for it. All right, here we are, guys. The Nemesis is built. Highlights and lowlights. I like how sturdy it feels, but it's kind of like a newer plastic, so they're kind of dividing the splitting the difference between something that's too brittle and too rubbery. Having said that, you know, on the rubbery side, it's good. You can probably flex these. These were really hard to put in because they were too rubbery, so you might want to boil them. If you're still waiting on this, you might want to boil them before you put them in the sockets. Same with the legs. He's pretty hefty. He doesn't feel as hollow, and like I said, a little bit like the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut was kind of on the brittle side. This guy's a good hunk of plastic. He feels more rubber than plastic, which is great because I'd hate for this to fall on the floor and shatter. Maybe that was the thinking. I don't think it will. Like maybe the shoulder pads might crack if it falls from a high elevation, high distance. But all in all, I think he looks menacing and true to his name, or their name. The joints, again, rubbery, but, you know, feels more sturdy. He's got kind of a diaphragm twist. It can bend a little bit forward, good bend back. Legs are pretty good too. I gotta make sure I put this in okay. There you go, it's clicking. Double jointed knee. Rocker, and some ankle movement. So all in all, a pretty decent big figure. He only comes with an extra hand because his other hand is a gun. So kind of a menacing, grippy hand. And if you notice, he has 4 fingers. You guys in comic book world that know a little bit more about Nemesis probably know why he only has 3 fingers. To me, it's kind of like maybe he's from Mojo World. You can correct me in the comments. Totally cool. I do like this skull sculpt. And if you look inside there, it goes straight to skeleton. Can you see that? You see his spine. So, yeah, really cool attention to detail there. And let's see if his mouth can open. Hey, his mouth can open, so it's probably based on one of the Ghost Rider skulls, which is great. Looks good like that, so I'll leave the mouth or jaw agape. Boom, Nemesis. So without taking up too much of your time, I'll give you some highlights and lowlights of the Wave figures, minus Wolverine, which I didn't need another Wolverine, so I didn't opt to purchase him. Stand Nemesis. The standouts are the face sculpts and Husk. Marrow looks great. I think this would be a really good Ray and Sinclair head swap. So if you're looking for a better head swap for Wolfsbane, I think that's solid. It also makes sense that they're making Rachel Summers, the Phoenix, because this head sculpt is pretty much her hairstyle. And it would look great. I really like the detail on the face there. Husk is off the hook. This is not just a great face sculpt, but the expression is great. She looks very serious. And it's making me want to collect more Generation X, which is a dangerous proposition. I'm not going to go over any of the articulation. I just think she looks good like that. Fabian Cortez kind of looks like he has the the new buck here with the butterfly arms, which is great because he can, you know, pose doing firepower or pose flying or reaching back to punch. Face sculpt on this is probably the weakest of the bunch, but it still looks great. It's good to have Magneto's first acolyte here to be part of the collection, and I've always enjoyed this kind of like Disciples of Magneto kind of thing. Even this cape is purple in honor of Magneto, which is falling out there. It was really hard to take it out of the package, so forgive me there. I think this is supposed to go under. Let's see. Yeah, it's supposed to go under like that. And I forget Fabian's powers. I think he enhances people's mutant powers when he's around them. Kind of like that. It's been a while since I read the comic. Might have to bust that out and reread it. Come on, get under there. Well, let's see how he looks without the cape. Yeah, looks pretty good without the cape, so I'll deal with that later. And Gambit, as far as the face sculpt, is great, but I feel he's the weakest looking out of the bunch altogether. I don't know why they didn't go with Gambit colors, or I know it's supposed to be a certain timeline of Gambit. I get that. He's kind of looking more like Wiccan. Maybe this is the new Wiccan Buck. Yeah, he could be a good Wiccan stand-in if you were trying to put together a Young Avengers kind of team. He just doesn't look very young, but otherwise face sculpt is great. Not too happy with the body itself, kind of boring. And I don't want to say he's my favorite, but he's definitely one of the top of the wave. It's Cyclops with these new blast effects, or this new blast effect. Pretty dramatic, something I haven't seen before, unless it was, I've seen some customizers that have done it. Kind of different effects, but yeah, this looks pretty badass. There you go. So just a quick look at the Nemesis Wave Build-A-Figure. Favorites, Cyclops, Husk, and of course Nemesis. Third, fourth, fifth. It's a cool wave. Modern, some new modern sculpting. What the heck's his name? You know, his brother. That's the new Buck. And that's what they're kind of using here. And I think Gambit's using kind of more of the Spider-Man body, because he has the butterfly shoulders also. Anyway, thanks for joining me again for another video, guys. Keep those likes and subscriptions coming in. I appreciate that a lot. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you till the next time. Stay otakutive. Peace. Stay otakutive, mon ami.